You see, when you have a chance, just bring the light closer to me. That's good. And just point it. Take it back as far as you can back. Okay, that's good. Just like that's perfect.
You want it to bring it lower a little bit?
Um, a little bit lower because I don't want to. Okay, right there.
Dad, I can spell.
That picture was taken in 1929 and marked my first appearance on television. It was an experimental station on the top of the Power and Light Building in Kansas City, Missouri, W9XBY. And Mel and I were classmates in high school. And we used to go around and sing on any radio station that would let us. And this was the first appearance on television on an experimental station in 1929.
What was Mel's full name?
Mel's full name, please.
Mel Pratt, Pratt. Mel Pratt. That picture was taken in 1935 on a movie set in Hollywood, one of my many trips to Hollywood as movie editor of the radio station. And that's me on the left, talking to Gene Parker and Fred Stone, and the lady on the right is a lady from Kansas City who won a contest which enabled her to fly to Hollywood with me to see movies being made. That's another picture taken during one of my frequent trips to Hollywood. I don't remember the year, but I'm standing looking admiringly at Olivia de Havilland, who was, I think, appearing with Errol Flynn in one of her early movies. That is my dearly beloved wife, Ruth. And that smile from me is genuine. I've never been happier than when I'm with her. That's me a lot of years ago. I don't remember when that picture was taken, but I'd like to be that young again. That picture was taken at a hotel in Chicago when Gracie and I went back there to do a column, a newspaper column, from the Republican convention. I don't remember the name of the hotel, but there's a very interesting story. This picture was published in the hotel newspaper or magazine or whatever the little publication was. And a friend of mine saw it, who was staying there, and sent it to me and said, I just want you to be aware that you and Gracie were caught on camera in this hotel in Chicago. I was very flattered to think that he could consider me attractive to Gracie, attractive enough to be an item, shall we say, for the paparazzi. The year was 1944. We were both a lot younger then.
And this was
That's a picture of Bob Cummings and Charles Coburn is between Bob Cummings and me He apparently was a guest on the Bob Cummings show, and I don't know how that picture happened to be taken, but Bob had a lot of movie star guests, and that was a lucky shot for me.
I don't think.
It was during the running of the show, the Bob Cummings show, so it had to be between 55 and 60. What year, I'm not absolutely certain. But Charles Coburn was a guest on the show.
The year of that.
That's a picture of me between two very tall men, Buddy Ebsen and Max Baer. And when I saw the photographer pointing his camera, I lifted my hat in an attempt to be as tall as they were. I never made it. That picture is of Mark Tuttle, a man whom I was privileged to write many, many Beverly Hillbillies scripts with. Very, very talented man and a very nice man. And it was taken in my office, I presume. And I'm laughing at something that Marcus said. I don't remember what it was, but he said many funny things. Wonderful collaborator. That picture obviously dates from the very early years of the Beverly Hillbillies, and the photographer, I guess, asked me to get up there and sit on the truck with the whole cast. So you'll recognize Buddy on the left, and Max, I'm always between Buddy and Max, and Granny and Donna on the back seat. That's the original hillbilly truck. That picture was taken in the dining room of the Shady Rest Hotel when we had the combined casts of the three shows, the Beverly Hillbillies, and Green Acres and Petticoat Junction. And that is a rare picture because it represents the entire cast of all three shows, with the exception of B. Benaderet, who had passed away by then. But June Lockhart played a lady doctor on Petticoat Junction, and that's June, just behind Edgar Buchanan. And but you want me to try to identify each and every person? Or?
Sure.
Well, on the extreme left is Max Baer. He apparently rushed over from a show in which he was playing a Roman soldier. I don't remember the show. And of course, on the front row there is, from left to right, Eddie Albert and Granny and Jed Clampett and Ava Gabor and Edgar Buchanan. And then right behind Edgar is Raymond Bailey, and as I said, June Lockhart, and Mike Miner, who was playing the part of a crop duster, had married Linda, and he's obviously holding their baby. And then next to Linda is the wonderful actor who had the general store in Hooterville. His name escapes me at the moment. standing next to my daughter Linda is Frank Cady, who had the general store. And I think who's I have to stop and remember names. I'm sorry. To the right of Frank Cady is Laurie Saunders, and to her right is Meredith McCrae. And if there's any, and Nancy Culp is in the very middle of the picture, it appears to me. And the banker, Mr. Drysdale, is over on the right, directly behind Edgar Buchanan. And Ebb, Tommy Lester. Tommy Lester is the tallest with the cap on. And have I left anyone out? Well, Donna Douglas is, of course, recognizable. And Nancy Culp. And if I've left, that's me standing behind B. Benaderet and Buddy Ebsen. I don't remember the occasion, but apparently it was a celebration of some kind. But two of my very, very favorite people I'm standing behind and embracing. And there goes the picture. That picture is a very rare one indeed. Ruth and I paid a surprise visit to George Burns' house, and George had just stepped out of the shower and was wearing a robe, and that was one of the times when he chided me for being retired. He says, "You're so young." George was at that time, I think, about 100 years old, almost 100. That picture was taken at the house of George Burns. Ruth and I paid a surprise visit to George, and he had just slipped out of the shower, has on a robe, and his toupee is missing uncharacteristically. But we loved George, and we were so happy to see him. That's one of the last pictures, I think, taken of George. That picture was taken in 1979 at Christmas time, and Ruth is holding our younger grandson, and I'm holding the older grandson. The one she's holding is named Jesse. The one I'm holding is named Alex. Alex is now graduating from college, and the little boy that Ruth is holding is now starting college. So that's a long time ago. Happy, happy times.